So, there's a new popular game in town called Among Us, which recently dethroned Fall Guys as the most popular game currently. And to be honest, I can see why. It's a very fun game where you have to figure out who the imposter is, and if you're the imposter, kill everyone else before they figure out it's you. Which I think is a pretty cool game. So I decided to recreate the people from the game. You know, the no-armed, two-legged, backpack-carrying people that you play as in the game. So, let's see how that went.
So I started off by aligning the picture on the Z-axis. I created 2 circles for legs, and after I did that, I extruded them upwards, aligning them up with the image. Then I created a bigger circle for the body and extruded that upwards. But then I realized it looked more like the Android mascot, so I clicked Ctrl Z, undid everything, and made it taller. Then I had a little curve to make it round. I gave it a backpack, and on the backpack I gave it a curve to look more like the actual thing. Then I created some eyes for it and aligned it up with the body so it looked decent. Then I gave the eyes a slight curve to make it look more nice. Then I was done with the body, and as you can see I was kind of excited. Then I created a little hole in one for a way for the hat to stay onto the head. The sheriff hat was pretty simple, as it was just a thin sphere on top of another sphere. Then I added a star to give it the sheriff hat look, even though it's just a cylinder on top of a cylinder. Then I put another cylinder on top as the connecting pin, the hat and the top of the head. Then I made a Fez hat, which is just a circle, like curve. For the dead crewmate, I got the regular crewmate, cut it in half, and then made a simple bone structure thing. But then after looking at it, it looked a bit like bread. But then I couldn't do any better, so I just left it.
Nice! That was my little Among Us character skit thing that I just spent like 5 seconds making. Hope you enjoyed that. Probably didn't. It's quite fun to do. So yeah, these models came out pretty good. So, you got the backpack, you got the non-existent arms, the legs, and the visors. So when I was colouring them in, the darker colours such as the green and red, yeah, red's a dark colour now, came out pretty well. As you can see, the red looks so good from this side. But colours such as the blue came out horrible. They turned green, which is fine, but it'd be nicer if it was blue. The yellow was the easiest to do, surprisingly, because it's yellow. I don't have to change anything about it. So I just coloured it in the green visors, that were meant to be blue, and that was that done. The decapitated one was also quite easy. I just put some masking tape over the bone that you see it saw before, so I didn't get any paint over it. I think it did the job quite well, except for like over here where I think it did the job way too well, because there's some green bit there that should really get coloured in. The bone is still yellow because I don't have anything that's white, but I don't think it looks too bad as it being yellow. I think it looks quite nice. This is not a top hat, it's meant to be the sheriff hat, but first the star that I made didn't come out in Cura, and I think that's because it was too complicated of a shape, so Cura just got rid of it. But that's fine. I can make it as a top hat, even though I don't think this is in the game. Now thinking about it, it doesn't look like the sheriff hat that I was trying to intend to turn it into, but it's fine. Oh, and the fez. The fez came out pretty well, but if you saw it printing, it looked nothing like a fez. But now that I've coloured it in, it looks more like a fez than it did before. With the black clads, I kind of just guessed and went round, and you can kind of see that because it's very uneven. And the red I just coloured in, the rest that wasn't coloured in. I didn't colour the bottom side because you won't be able to see that when the hat's on, so I left that out. Overall, I think these came out pretty well, and the whole designing process was quite fun, and I kind of like these. The little desk ornaments, or just to mess around with them every now and again. I'll just give this a top hat. Give this guy, oh I can't. It's kind of a cool thing to have. It's quite fun. So yeah, goodbye.